Child Protective Services investigator, CPS investigator for short. I decided to look into this career because it's something I've always been interested in. And I didn't know anyone in the career field, but I actually found a video that was from someone, a couple of people witnessing about the career and different paths to go in that career. The work environment is largely state-run. It's through state programs that you get the CPS program. So it says that the CPS the Child Protective Services agency receives reports 24 hours a day, every day of the year, and hands them out to the investigators to work on the cases. There are no typical hours that I could find. It was kind of case by case as was needed. The typical pay for this kind of job is between $30,000 and $35,000 a year for someone who's starting, and more like $45,000 and above a year for those who are more experienced or who hold higher positions. One thing I did not find anything about was benefits, but they do offer a $416 monthly stipend in the particular job that I was looking at, which was for the state of Texas. Some of the typical stresses that the witnesses in the video were talking about were that it's a very rewarding job, but it's very emotional, and it's hard to sometimes separate that from your home life because you're dealing with children that have been neglected or abused, or marriages that are falling apart, and sometimes you have to make tough decisions that that might take a while or are heavy to think about. Some of the common tasks for this position would be to see if a child can safely live in their family or their home environment, find out if abuse and neglect is really occurring in that family or in that relationship, to learn whether or other children in the family are victims of abuse or if it's just one case, and to determine if there is a risk of abuse or neglect in the future, if it was a one-time offense. And then from there on out, it would also be your job to develop a plan if needed to keep that child safe. And so that's when there become different branches of CPS investigators. There's some that help home children with families or with foster care or so on and so forth. So you really have to be able to respond quickly sometimes if a child is in danger, or if not, then you have to use your best judgment and things like that. And you have to talk with and interview all the family members and sometimes neighbors or extended family, teachers, things like that. You have to be really thorough. The educational requirements for the particular job in Texas that I was looking at required only a 4-year college degree, and it didn't need to be in human services or social work per se, but that was preferred. And I think that is about all. Thank you.